Life is full of bullshit, and we're here to call it out. Real talk, raw truth, and plenty of spice. Welcome to She Who Thrives.
We're your hosts, Kaytlen,
Mindi,
and Harrison.
And today we're just going to do a little
bullshit episode.
Yeah, check in. We've been doing a few of these lately.
Oh, we haven't. We haven't posted any of them.
Oh, whoops. Never mind. We're just going to hang out.
What has been going on the last month since Kaytlen got back? We really haven't talked about that.
Just been hanging out.
Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. We've just been hanging out. It feels more chaotic than it actually is.
Yeah.
Well, you got home. Then you left 3 days after you got home. Went to DC for what?
Oh, wait.
For what?
Are you sure we didn't post this?
Yes. We made 2 videos talking about this.
Kate, you got it? Like,
hold the microphone to your mouth. Not to my mouth.
Should we restart?
I said we were going to bullshit. You said we were going to bullshit.
Whatever.
So we moved. We got home. Moved home the 1st of July. The 5th, we left about crack of dawn. Drove 18 hours to the airport in Kansas City. Got on a flight and went to Washington, D.C. for Brekklyn's FCCLA Nationals competition.
Which, can you explain to people what FCCLA is and what she did for her competition? Because everybody asks me that.
Family, community, something. Career Leaders of America. So they have different categories. She was in a little group of her and 2 other girls, and their category was hospitality, tourism, and recreation. So they chose to come up basically with like a little coffee cart, like a little shop. So
she said.
Yeah, coffee truck. Yeah. So they basically just had to put everything together for how it would run, what they would offer, all of that kinds of stuff. And
their marketing, everything.
Presented to some judges, and they took 4th at nationals out of all of those kids and still scored high enough to get a gold medal. So it's pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was talking to her about it, and I asked her, I said, were you scared up there? Because she told me, like, after they present, then the judges ask questions. Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, I wasn't scared. You know, I'm like, I would have been... like, my voice would have been like this.
Me too.
I couldn't have done it. I probably would have had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Even as a grown-ass adult.
We were talking about it at dinner the other night because we took him to Iceberg because I was like, oh, this place has been around forever. It's, you know, I love this place. So we took him to Iceberg. Ava got up and started dancing, like showing us a dance. And I was like, not one of these kids got my, like, stage fright.
Yeah, same.
Brekklyn will go talk in front of anybody. I was like, I don't want to walk into church late because people are looking.
I feel like Nick's is shy.
He's the most, out of the 3 of them, but
not super shy, but I feel like certain things, if you ask him about it, like asking what he wants for his birthday, like he was being so awkward and shy about it. I'm like, dude, like, tell me what you want for your birthday. It's not that big of a deal. It's actually funny when you talk about presenting because like in school, I was like, I would rather, and I was like a straight A student, like I really cared about my grades. But when it came to presenting in school, I would always tell my teachers, you can fail me right away because my ass is not getting up and talking about a book report or anything else for that matter. Like, put me down as a fail, don't care.
Yeah.
I will not be doing that.
Don't want to answer questions. Yeah.
I feel like the older I get, the more like I would be able to do that. But like as a kid, heck no.
Getting into real estate, I really had to step out of my comfort zone because even like, I don't know why, like meeting with people to show them. I remember the very first one, I was like, oh my gosh.
Or have you done like open houses and stuff? Is that scary?
No, I think those are fine.
Like, how does that even go? Do you just put your signs up in the neighborhood and then like random people can just come or what?
Yeah, well, you can put it in the MLS and, put it on social media. There's lots of different things. You can do flyers. So,
but then
people will know.
They just come whenever they want between such and such hours.
Yeah, some people come with an agent, some people won't. And then sometimes nobody shows up and just sit there for hours.
Fun.
It's a good time to get work done.
Yeah, it's true.
So last weekend, Adam and I went and did a tack shoot, which is tactical archery challenge. And it was in Brian Head. there is a ton of people that do it. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We had tickets for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We only ended up shooting Thursday and Friday. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. You're hiking your ass off. They take you up on the ski lift and you're at the highest point, and then it's like hike down, hike over, hike back up, hike down, hike over, hike back up, like all day. And I think we had 25 targets each day. The first day, the targets were all pretty far, which my bow was only sighted into 70. So it was kind of just like a guess and pray as I shot. But I only lost 2 arrows, which was great. The next day, I felt like it was a lot more fun because the targets were closer distance. The furthest distance was 80 yards, which I just walked up to 70 and shot. But they were more tactical, more like real life, where it was like behind a tree, in the bushes, behind rocks. So that one was more fun to me. The hike the second day was harder than the first day, but it also rained really hard the first day. We had like 2 targets left when it started downpour. So the second day was like mud would just cling to your hiking boots, and it was slippery, but it was lots of fun. The first day, the 2 guys in front of us, one was a YouTuber guy, and he was like, hey, come shoot with us. So we ended up shooting with them for half the course, and then Adam just sent me his YouTube that he had posted, and we're in his YouTube. They were super funny. It was fun. You get to know people, and people, I feel like people that do that are more friendly.
Yeah.
Like the people in front of you and the people behind you, we got to know.
It's not like golf.
Right.
People behind you are like, hurry up.
Right. We did end up, the second day, we did end up passing this group that was like, well, we passed 2 groups because they were bigger groups. I don't know how the first group was even hiking the mountains because they were very big and they like had walking sticks, and I was like, oh, it was taking so long because you obviously shoot. And if you're shooting at a far distance, and I swear they missed every shot. So then they would go look for their arrows, and I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, because, they spread you out on the lift so that hopefully you don't run into the people ahead of you. But their group was bigger than what we had. And we're faster at walking than they were. So, yeah, we ended up just passing them. They would like stop for water and we're like, you care if we go by? I don't really care if you care or not. But yeah, they're like, sure, go ahead. So we ended up passing 2 groups that day, but lots of fun. More women need to get into that sport because you feel like the odd man out, for a better lack of a word. Cause,
yeah.
There are all these men and very, very few women, but it's fun. I like to do that with him. Something we can do together. And
he's getting Nixon into it.
Yeah, he just bought Nixon a bow, and it is the cutest thing ever to see that little bow and to see him shoot. So cute.
It was my birthday. Yeah. Me and Jason went to breakfast, and then we went to, there's a little like spa. I don't know if you call it a spa because it's more just like a nail salon, but it's called Soul Sanctuary, and it's just so cozy and like smells
so
good.
Cute.
It's so cute. So we went there and to get pedicures done, and I got tea, and it was like a strawberry, I don't know, it was like a fruitier tea, not like sweet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was a hot tea, and I was like so excited for it. And I told Jason, I said, I can't wait till you're like 90 and you'll drink tea with me. He's like, well, let me just try a sip. So I gave him a sip. You guys. He's all, it is so disgusting. I can't let you drink
dramatic.
that. I'm like, you're such a pansy.
So dramatic.
So we did that, and then we went and picked up the kids from Kate's, and we went to the pet store. I had to go to the pet store for some crickets. For my birthday? Yeah.
That's what you had for your dessert?
Yep. What else did we? Then you guys came over for pizza.
Yep.
And we did that, and we did a little pizza party, but that was really fun and a good day.
And you had Brixton's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Birthday's coming up.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, Jenny's birthday. That's what I was thinking. Brixton's birthday is this week. Tuesday.
Yep. I'll have a 4-year-old.
So crazy.
It's so crazy. He was actually singing happy birthday again to me on the way here. And I said, Brixie, it's almost your birthday. And he said, no, it's cousins.
For a while.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
They have all loved being here and having each other, and the cousins, you know, it's always the cousins with Brixton. And every time I'm with Kaytlen's kids, Ava does not want me to leave. She thinks that she needs to live here. I need to live there. I think she's afraid that they're gonna go, you know, but it'll eventually, I think, settle in to where,
they know that they're not too far.
Yeah.
I saw, you guys have both been to Lake Powell. Have you been to Lake Powell? Yeah. So most people who have been to Lake Powell know that like there can be some crazy storms out there, but they usually are pretty quick. I had seen this random girl. I didn't follow her. I had never seen her before, but her page just like popped up randomly. And she was pregnant. And she's talking. Did you see that video?
I saw it.
Or did I send it to you? I can't remember.
No, I think I just saw it.
She was talking about like going to Lake Powell with her whole family, and this huge storm hit, and like they were sleeping on top of their houseboat, and it like flipped her mom off of her bed. Well, I think it flipped the whole mattress off of the houseboat, and like she slammed into the railing and had like all these cuts and bruises. There were all of the houseboats around them sank. Their ski boat sank. Like they were going to get.
There was like 5 boats that sunk, she said.
Oh, like it was so bad, and it lasted like 2 hours. This story lasted 2 hours.
So scary.
I know, and I was like, oh my gosh, like can you imagine how terrifying that would be?
It gets really scary out there.
Yeah.
I've been out there a couple times when it's been really bad, but one time I was younger. I just graduated high school, I believe, and I went out there with a girlfriend, and my sister was out there with her boyfriend. He had a houseboat, and so he had a bunch of his buddies on the houseboat, and we had met some other friends, and we were staying on Lone Rock, just on the beach, but we jet skied over to the houseboat, and coming back, we hit a storm, and we were on the jet skis that take talent and balance. We were on the stand-up jet skis.
Yeah.
So you're literally, if you don't know what they are, you're literally holding up the front, you know, of your jet ski, and you have to balance it to keep it up. But I remember those waves just hitting and literally just sinking me, and just hoping that I would come back up to be able to get a breath. It was
scary.
Super scary.
Yeah, she had said the waves were like 6 feet, and I'm like, that's like probably small in an ocean or something, but a lake, I'm like, that would be terrifying.
Yeah, it gets scary out there. Actually, I was reading, because we leave for our family trip soon, and we're going to San Diego, but I was reading when I was looking at the weather last night, it said that they have a beach advisory as well until the day that we get there. It ends like that evening at like 6, but it was saying that the waves and stuff were really bad right now. Yeah.
And don't the storms like bring in the critters?
Probably.
I'm
like the sharks and stuff?
I don't know.
I would actually
on the
love to
beach.
see a shark, but not with me in the water.
No.
I mean,
I
we'll see one at SeaWorld.
Yeah, with the dolphin.
They have a shark counter at SeaWorld.
Yeah, they do.
We saw a few sharks when we went to an aquarium in Florida, and they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, I'd love to see them in a tank.
Yeah. Far away from me.
Yeah. I have no desire to dive with sharks.
People are crazy.
I actually think that would be terrifying.
So terrifying, yeah.
No. And you know, I've heard that like you can't swim with dolphins when you're pregnant because, I don't know, this is a theory. I just heard it. I don't know if it's true. But they can hear the baby's heartbeat like in your belly, and so they know that there's like 2 heartbeats, and so they think that you're harming your baby by having it in you. I can't even remember. It was something weird. But they won't allow you to swim with dolphins if you're pregnant because of that.
When we went to Hawaii, this has been a few years ago, my brother had just passed away. And so we took my sister-in-law with us, and we were out we always had our snorkeling stuff in Bakuji. So we were just laying on the beach and we saw like a whole huge pot of dolphins out there. And Adam's like, I'm going to run to the Jeep and get our snorkeling stuff. And we talked to the lifeguards and they're like, you're fine to like go sit out there. And if they come to you, great, but you just can't like chase them, you know? And so we just swam out a little ways and just waited. We actually have footage of it. It's pretty awesome. But I mean, just tons of dolphins just coming at you. And I remember just like trying to calm my breath.
I would freak out.
It was freaky, but Adam had said before, listen, like dolphins and sharks, if there's, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but sharks like won't be where the dolphins are. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the whole thing was.
It's not even that. I think it's just like a giant creature like swimming below you. Freaks me.
You know what? It wasn't. When they got so close, it was almost like this super peaceful feeling. And like all of us talk about that. It was crazy because I literally was like, Kay, you're going to hyperventilate out in the freaking water if you don't like calm down, you know? Because seeing them come you're like freaky.
They're like all coming right out.
But yeah, it was once they like got so close and you could see them, you know, it was just like this peaceful, tranquil feeling. It was pretty cool.
Have you seen those videos of people, like they're not even on an excursion, they're like people that live locally that will go out on their like little tiny boats and they will swim with like those massive whales? Have you seen those on like TikTok and stuff?
Ooh.
I'm like, it's
a good way to graph it.
Or they're like on a paddleboard or something.
Yeah, that's scary.
I'm like, count me out.
I know not going out that far in the water anyway, so.
Even, you know, what scares me, remember when I went to Hawaii and Brady and Adam were like clear out in the ocean? Like that feeling is so scary.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like when you're just like, how am I going to get back?
Yeah.
I don't know. The water freaks me out.
Me too. If I can't see my feet anymore, I'm not.
No. And like, especially when you're like walking.
Count me out.
Well, you feel something questionable. You're like, oh, what was that? I'll go back to the sand.
I remember when we went to Mexico and we like jumped in that big thing and there's like all those little tiny fishes.
Cenote?
Was it a cenote? What? It was
like a big cave thing. I don't remember. But even like the little...
I think they just took us out snorkeling and dropped us right there.
Well, that was a different thing than but even all the little tiny fish in there like hitting me, I was like,
no.
Yeah. Yes, snorkeling, that's good. I was looking for sharks the whole time.
Yeah, I think our craziest snorkeling adventure was when we were in St. Thomas and we ventured. I'm trying to think if we were like in St. John or in St. Thomas at the time. Anyway, doesn't matter. But we had ventured clear out there and we got into some caves. And there was a good sized group of us, but that's the only time I've ever like got, oh shit, we could at any moment run into something, because I mean we saw all sorts of stuff, but swimming back from that,
scary.
I told Adam, I'm like, I came up and I was like, you're literally gonna have to like tow me in. I didn't realize how far we had swam out there. And this was, I mean, now we all know my lungs are shit.
Yeah.
But at the time, you know, I was thinking, I mean, we had known something was going on, but we're just thinking it was crappy cardio or whatever. And I was literally like, I mean, swimming's tough. Swimming's great exercise. But yeah, I told him, I'm like, we should have never gone out as far as we did.
That's scary. Count me out.
Yeah. My mom's whole side of the family, like they're scuba divers. They go every year. They love it. And my grandpa would always offers to like pay for the grandkids to get scuba certified. And I was like, nope. Good. I'm good. Both my brothers did it and love it. And they always go. And I don't know that my grandma goes anymore. I know she goes on the trips and like we'll hang out on the boat, but I don't know that she like actually gets in the water. But
I have no desire to actually scuba dive because I am so claustrophobic.
Holy crap.
And I worry so much that getting under there and having all that on, I would freak out, and I'm just not.
The thing too is if there's something scary, like you can't just go back up.
Yeah, you have to take your time.
Yeah, you have to do it a strategic way and you have to know all these rules. And then I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So before we started filming, we were talking about
kids and how disgusting they are. Really? Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah. Yeah, basically it kind of comes down to that. When your kids are at a certain age, and just trying to teach them how to wipe their own butts, and when you stop wiping their own butts, and how you, I think everybody's probably different.
I guess we need to do a poll and ask, how do you wipe your kids' butt? How do you teach them to wipe their butts?
Yeah, well, like I told these two, I had kid butt wipes. Do you remember what
they were like? They were purple and green.
I think they were called can-dos, actually. That's what they were, and they're like purple and green, and they have a little green frog on them.
Yeah.
But I had them on the back of the toilet, and when I taught them how to wipe their own butts, it was like, okay, like you wipe and you look every time until there's no longer anything on the wipe, and because kids are gross, like ew.
No. And you can always tell when a kid has not wiped
by the way they walk,
and they're always literally like itching their butt, and you're like, God, they need to wipe. Like,
yeah,
they got an itchy butt.
It's gross.
It's so disgusting. I was telling them, like, Brookston, he used to like never even try and wipe his own butt, but now he's turning 4 and he's been trying to like wipe his own butt. And every time I walk in there, I'm like, no. Like, I don't want you to even try because I don't want there to be a poop smear anywhere. Like, I don't want it on my walls. I don't want it on my toilet. I don't want it anywhere. But now I'm like, he's going to be going to preschool again this year. So I should probably like the one that he does go to, like, I mean, even if he wasn't potty trained, they would still take him. But I'm like, he's old enough that he should probably learn how to wipe his own butt. But how do you do that?
I know I saw a little advertisement for little dudes. They have them
wipes
for kids.
Too.
Yeah.
Like dude wipes.
I wonder if Costco will carry him.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because kids are disgusting.
Well, we had breakfast. I usually do Sunday dinner. We've talked about that, I just have so much going on this afternoon that we decided to do Sunday breakfast today. And the kids went outside and were throwing the football and blah, blah, blah. And it's hot. It's hotter than hell here. But 2 of them came in and
sat next to me.
Harrison was like, "Ooh, one of y'all stinks horribly."
But it was like sour. Like it made me gag. I was like, and like I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff, but man, sometimes some things just like trigger you and you're like, ugh.
I had them come over though and was smelling pits, and yeah, one pit on one child was disgusting. And I'm like, as an adult, well, some adults smell like,
some adults
don't wipe their ass, so we can't just say it's kids. You have disgusting adults too.
Yeah, it's true.
Never brush your teeth, never shower.
It's funny because I feel like on the internet and also like friends that I've had, like they've had these horror stories about how disgusting men are. And like, I literally I've only been in one other guy's bedroom. Like I didn't really hang out with guys and I didn't have a lot of boyfriends or anything like that. But like listening to some of the things that people post, like, oh, I went over to this guy's house and like this was the horror that I saw. They'll literally post clips of like some guy they hooked up with that night. And I'm like, why are you hooking up with someone whose house looks like that? Because it is disgusting. Like literally a grown ass man's shit underwear on the floor, or their bathroom looks like it's never been scrubbed in its entire life. Like, people are gross. And I don't feel like it's not like everyone needs to have a house that looks like it's never been lived in, but like, you don't need to look like it's never been cleaned either.
Right.
I remember when we had Complete Nutrition and we had like an InBody, which is like, tells you your body fat percentage, blah, blah, blah. And it was like a new thing back then. So people used to come in there all the time to get their body scans. And we had a guy come. What?
They loved that.
I know. We had a guy come that was like on the radio. He was like, did something for the radio, but like a well-known person. and you had to take your shoes off to step on this because your feet had to be grounded on this. And ooh,
Were they gross?
oh
smelly?
my hell, no, his toenails were the thickest, yellowish, greenish,
Oh my God.
nastiest things I've ever seen in real life in my entire life. Like disgusting. And when he left, I'm like, I am not cleaning that. Somebody else is cleaning that. One of the employees can clean that. I am not cleaning that.
Sick.
It was so gross. And I'm like, how do you, I mean, okay, maybe he had something that affected that, but go take care of it.
Put some socks on.
What's that skin thing that Karst has?
Psoriasis.
I know psoriasis can cause that.
Really?
Yes. On your feet.
On your toenails?
Yes, it can cause really thick toenails.
Yellow, green.
Probably yellow, but maybe not green.
Yeah, that's like,
But
Some mold.
obviously, like, it can get out of hand. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
and that's why I'm not saying that guy had that.
I mean, I would have rather he painted his toenails at that point, any color.
Green.
Yeah, than you being able to see the
That's nasty.
Grime.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Actually, something that Chasen said the other day, we were at the shopping mall, went to the mall, and he's like, it's sad that when you go out nowadays, you see more people who are, for lack of better terms, furries than you do real people. The amount of people dressed up as damn animals yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
What?
I shouldn't say like animals, but like they had their tails attached to their pants, or they had like these big furry boots, and like, I'm all about self-expression here. Like, we are not animals. What the fuck is going on? Like, seriously though, there were so many furries at the mall yesterday.
You weren't just in Spencer's or like
We didn't even go to the dispensary. Nope.
because that was usually where they are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's like, you try not to stare because you don't obviously want to offend people, but sometimes it's like you can't even
Hard not to.
look away. And like the other day I saw this guy driving and his literal passenger window said #furry on it.
Of course it did.
Yeah. And like, he looks questionable. I mean, he probably was a furry. Like, it was, I don't think it was a joke. So there's that.
So, you know, the new trendy getting ready for my Netflix documentary about.
I'm actually going to make one of those after this.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to do the time the internet smoked me as mom said I'm unfit because I formed a fit.
That'd be good.
Anyway, she had posted about her finding out that her ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, was a pedophile.
Yeah, it said like sitting down for my Netflix documentary to discuss how my soon-to-be ex-husband was a pedophile. Isn't that what it said?
Something like that. Yeah, but yeah, he killed her.
What, like
2 weeks after
2
she
weeks
posted that.
after.
Yeah, which is just crazy.
It's also crazy because sometimes you see stuff like that and you're like, maybe it's a joke. Like, you don't always know if what they're posting is real, which obviously she posted that and it was real. But it's crazy. That's not the first time that I have seen like an influencer be killed by their husband. Yeah. There was a influencer girl that, you know, that Monet or shampoo stuff that's like an MLM thing. There was a girl that was like pretty high up in that, and same thing, like her husband killed her, and then like when he was under investigation for killing her, he ended up murdering himself.
Of course.
Like I think it happens probably way more often.
Well, I think you see it a lot more now because of social media.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's heartbreaking to think that someone that you love and trust and a lot of times had kids with is the one person that does that to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, oh, it's so sad. But also, how sad would it be to find out your husband's a pedophile? Like,
Can you imagine?
no.
Well,
you'd feel sick.
Oh,
that
so
you
sick.
had children with them, for one.
We have a family member that is in our family because of marriage, but, you know, they found out that his dad was a pedophile. And I've always said this from day one I met him. I've always had a really bad feeling about him and around him. And you know how I am with that kind of stuff. You know, there's been a few times with Kaytlen where I've been like, no, don't ever leave your kids alone with that person. Like, no, have a bad feeling, and come to find out it's for a damn good reason. But yeah, I'm like, how would you like to, which this person has no relationship with their dad and their dad is in prison, but can you imagine like finding out that your dad had done this to multiple children?
No.
You know, how would your world be rocked?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
No, that would be so horrible to be the kid in that. Obviously, the kid that may have been molested or something is horrible, but also on the other end, like having that be your parent and be like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, but also, how do you think they get judged just for that being another family member? Yeah.
Right.
Or a wife of someone who's like that would be horrible too. And I feel like a lot of the times too, when something like that happens, like, how did the wife not know? Like, there are some people who are very good at being two totally different people. Like, it's crazy.
It is crazy to me, because I think, like, I have nothing on I don't resemble a little girl with my body.
Right.
You know, and so if my husband was attracted to little kids, anybody's husband, you would think that they wouldn't find you attractive. You know, and
but it's the same
wouldn't
as
be having as much sex or whatever it may be.
That would never be your first thought. Like, oh, he's not attracted to me because he's...
Well, I know.
Like, oh, he's...
Right. But I think you would think of a lot of things. Yeah. But then I think once you think somebody's cheating, then you go down a snoop hole.
Oh, for sure. Well, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
find other things.
Blocked. Maybe. I don't know. It's just crazy to think about that. Gross.
Anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Harrison's pregnant.
Why do you do that every single time?
Just
No,
The girl.
I will share with you guys this, but don't get excited. Don't get excited.
I want to be excited.
Okay. Well, don't get excited.
We're already excited.
How can you tell us that and then tell us not to get excited?
Because I told Jason
She's considering it.
I did say that. Only because I don't know what it is. I said, I don't know if it's like you moving here and like feeling like, okay, don't feel as guilty having more kids because they'll like have people to play with. And like, I felt like Brixton was just so lonely.
You're getting teary. That means it's gonna happen.
No, but
yes.
I had told Jason like,
Harrison's gonna have a baby. Get pregnant while we're on vacation.
no, because I do not want to be living in my shitty ass rental.
You're putting an offer on a house right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we would have to be like,
Back up. Your rental is not shitty, and
Yes,
you've got to stop saying that.
it's not enough room. I wouldn't want to have another baby.
Okay, don't say it's shitty.
Okay, it's not tasty.
It's not big enough.
No,
It's not big enough. My house is not big enough for another baby. So
no, it is. You could keep a baby in your. Just say.
we have a 75-inch TV and a
Just
king bed
say,
there.
I don't love the rental that I'm in right now. It doesn't feel homey to me.
It doesn't feel like...
I'm not loving my house right now.
Okay, her rental is not.
We have been looking at options to buy a home or to build a home. So I would not even consider having another baby until we were in a different home.
Yeah,
But that's a step up. She was like, no, never.
But you have to listen.
I will not.
This is why I'm telling you not to get excited, because
I'll be here this time.
I would rather, like, I don't want to wait 2 more years. Like, I would want to be pregnant soon.
Okay.
But I'm banging it out.
I'm not going to get pregnant until I'm in a different house.
Okay, well,
So if we don't find another house for 2 more years, then I'm not having another baby.
they're literally putting an offer on a house that they just looked at today.
Yeah, but that
Harrison will
takes
be
that
having a
months.
baby within the next year and a half. Kaytlen will be there helping me push her up during delivery.
Push her out.
Her,
guys,
and it will be a
for some reason, Mindi thinks that I am like a bend in half type of woman when I am having babies. She's like this. I'm in a book. She's like shutting a book when I'm having a baby.
Wait.
It's all that muscles.
Next time I'm just gonna go do it yourself.
Were you sore?
You said.
When I had Brixton, I can still feel the pain. The next morning when I woke up, every muscle in my body, I was like, holy shit, I've never been that sore my entire life. Like, I was so sore. It was much better with Jet, though.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I had like trap soreness.
You didn't push us on. We didn't even get through our playlist.
We didn't get through one song.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And you pushed it.
She pushed it real good.
Yeah.
Pushed
Good baby deliver, okay?
So mark our words. There will be a baby.
Year and a half.
Potentially.
Give it a year.
Let's
So, that's that.
Well,
get a tendon.
yeah. I will not be having another baby.
Me neither, ever. I will be having a hysterectomy here soon.
We told her she had to move here first so I could take care of her because I hate Missouri.
So do I.
So do we. I've only been there once and I was like, damn, this place is ugly.
Listen, it's probably not all Missouri because there is some parts of Missouri that I've seen that are pretty. But where she specifically lived was not. You could make a documentary about being stuck in a
hellhole
place called Knobnoster.
Knobnosters.
Not nasty is what we call it.
That, me, my Netflix documentary being stuck in Knobnoster for 8 years due to an alcoholic, abusive ex-husband.
Gong gong.
All right, is that all we got? What's our tip for the week?
What's your tip?
Our tip for the week.
Have more babies.
Yeah, just to, when you know, you know. When you're the mother-in-law and you feel another baby in heaven for your daughter-in-law, just keep bugging her about it because she will eventually cave. That is the tip of the week.
Actually, last night when I was telling Jason about it, he said, I was thinking the same thing. He's like, look at Brixton. He clings to girls. I'm like, yeah, most of the boys love girls.
They're going to name her after me.
Kitty cat.
Caitlin Sue.
Ew, sick. Please stop.
I actually do have a name picked out.
What?
I will be releasing
Vivian?
it on the... No.
Veronica.
Please stop.
No.
Starts with a B.
It's not a B.
It
starts with an L.
Yeah. It's
an L.
Since when?
labia.
Yeah. This is my daughter, Labia.
It's Luis.
Yeah. Louisa.
It's
What's your name?
You guys, I'm not going to share it on here because of my house. No.
You told me Violet yesterday.
I love Violet. Jason hates Violet.
I love Logan.
But I think Logan would be cute.
Logan,
We're not. Hey.
Yeah. We're not going to say my baby name. I don't want anyone stealing it.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for hanging out with us on today's episode of She Who Thrives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. We will be back next Wednesday with a brand new episode from the beach.
Oh, yeah. And we'll have a special guest next week.
Yes. So until then, remember, no matter what you're doing in life, do it to the best of your ability and always strive to thrive.